All right, Dr. Jacopo, welcome to the Easy Conversations podcast. Thank you for joining me today. I'm really excited to have you on and learn from you. We had the opportunity to talk, and I do want to expand on the whole piece around abundance that you've shared and your model and method that you use to create that in your life. Before we jump into any of that, I do want to give you an opportunity to share with us today who you are, what's brought you here, and what you've been doing
First
in
of
this
all, thank
chapter of your life.
you. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And thank you for the invitation of the podcast. I am like an creator, an investor, and a person love to generate abundance, internal and external. And my story is coming from really the place where I love to spend some time with family, Napoli in Italy, where really young age I already starting to have this attention to create something external and everything started from book. My life is related to knowledge, to learn, to understand other human being, how is working their mind. And I'm really coming in my life from one really big word, curiosity. And from 11 years old, started to read, started to understand other human being. And I started to create my life through sport because I coming from normal family, but I have this desire to create more in my life. I don't know if it's coming from another life or whatever is the case. I want more, not only for me, but to share more. This is my
Mhm.
main goal. What's happening? I starting to play professional soccer. All my dream, all my life is related to this. And at 17 years old, I leave my house at a really young age, at 14 years, to play professional soccer in other part of the Italy. And what's happening at 17 years old, I have the really first my big stop in life. I have many, but this one is the one starting to create something different in myself,
Mhm.
in my mind. And from over there, I need to reinvent myself. I don't know what I need to do. I have confusion, a lot of pain, a lot of sadness. And because thanks God, I have a beautiful family. Mother, father, grandfather, and grandmother is not anymore in this beautiful life. My mother helped me at that time with small words. You will succeed wherever you will do. And from over there, I touch with all my energy to this word and I started to realize I am somebody wanna create. How I create through a business, and I started to create, understand how I possible build something, find some space, some opportunity in the jewelry space, take the money from government from Italy, started from zero without money, open one shop. Close the shop because I make the first mistake. I position it in the wrong situation. The shop, and from over there, I asked $8,000 to my beautiful hero, my father. He give me to moving the shop, and I tell him, "Hey, don't worry. I will give you back this money because I know will work what I have in mind." For this moment, I open more than 20 shop, make this company multimillionaire at 22 years old,
Mhm.
starting real estate, 20 in Italy, at 28, moving in Florida because my desire is big in my life, and I starting over there to create more than 355 flipping, create my cash flow, wrote one book, becoming a Forbes co-founder of one editorial in Italy, really important, where we speak about mind and how create through entrepreneur. This is a short version of my life. It is a long, I know,
Yeah.
but the reality is during this phase, I have a lot of pain, a lot of moment where only thanks to the method I create called MPBE, meditation, prayer, biohacking, and exercise, my life changed completely.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that. And you said you had this need early on for more and more. And sometimes that can be very difficult if people can't rein that in. So there's, I think, two components of it. One is this constant pursuit coming from a place of scarcity. And I know we're going to talk about abundance, which is the opposite. But do you feel from your side, and as you've gone on your journey, where do you think that drive was coming from? Was it a place of scarcity, or was it just a sense of seeking validation in the world to accomplish more and more?
Both, honestly, both. What's happening is this one. The first, validation, and the second one, scarcity. Why both? Because I coming from really loving family, but with a lot of rules. Means my mother's teaching, my grandfather, they are really strict. They give me really strict education in the way where if you know, need to have something, you need to validate their possibility to tell yes, it's good. If it's not good, everything will go in the different situation. But this is one is validation because I coming from this ambient situation where I have love, but at the same time, because people they are no entrepreneur in general, people in particular, they teaching the old style people, they have some box where they if you don't fit in this box, you are something outside. But
Mhm.
my fortune in reality is my mother have a really connection with yoga, with meditation. From one side, she give me this validation. From the other one, she give me the instrument to
Mhm.
break the box, to come out from the box. And the other one, the scarcity, really, because what's happening in my life, I have this really cool story. When you play professional soccer, in particular sport over here in Italy, but it's like the same in basketball or wherever it is in United States. In Italy, what's happening? La majority of people they play professional soccer to come out from diversity
Yes.
life. A lot of problem. Maybe they parents that don't have really successful life. Whatever is the case, the majority,
Mhm.
not everybody.
Mhm.
And I hang out with these people for many years because I stay in this field. And after immediately what's happening, everything will be stop. My dream, my effort, everything I have in my heart. And I'm moving, my family moving from this situation. I am already a young man, 17 years old, from another complete situation, the opposite, where I come back to the house where I live 14 years old. I don't know the rules anymore. I have my own rules. And I'm moving in this school where these young men, they coming from rich family. They have
Mhm.
father, they are business people. And I at that time I realized, wow, I want what they have, and I feel
Mhm.
scarcity. And scarcity and anger is
Yes.
a combination of emotion where
Mhm.
if you utilize correctly, you possible bring something good in the world. If you
Mhm.
utilize not correctly, you have frustration. I utilize correctly, I recognize now, not at that moment, but now too when I have this kind of emotion, like every human being, like you, your audience, and everything. Now I have the instrument to stop, breathe, meditate, pray, and activate my inner self to create the external part.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that because you're right. Like often that scarcity can lead to frustration, but it can also lead to envy and resentment when you look at other people, and that could be a downfall. And sometimes we have situations in life where we have the opportunity to choose. Like for example, in your story, really young, having to shift from being playing professional soccer, then the other example with the jewelry store, having to pivot at different times. What was the mindset you were using to not fall into that envy, resentment, and look at it more from a different perspective? And I know you've touched on the meditation piece and having the instruments, but curious how you were utilizing those things in those moments.
Yeah, in those moments, what's happening? First of all, I have from really young age, poor sensible soul. What this means is this one. I recognize the importance of other people. And when people they succeed in something or they have more, I am don't have this part of me where the envies come out, but is the opposite. Is the thing how these people they create something so beautiful. I'm becoming attract, no envy. But
Mm,
at a time, in particular, I have uh, one situation really strange, and now I recognize really clear in my life. I have my fiance for many years from really young age. She's coming from rich family where she have everything. 18 years old, she don't need to think about which car because the daddy already buy a luxury car, and I don't have the possibility to buy a car. And this mindset starting to generate in this kind of situation, but that time I have a small part inside me recognizing with my ex partner a little bit envy because I starting to recognize why the divine God put me in one situation where I need find the solution and other people they have everything easy.
Yeah.
But the mindset shift, the moment really important for me is I recognize this anger, this envy, but I don't have really the envy is only because starting to think about scamming the envy when you started to think about you want to be in the position of the other person. But that time, the only envy I have is for my partner. And I explain why. It's a strange thing, not with other people, but because I see every day this person how she live and how don't need to do what I need to do. I go out and I need to find the solution and she don't find the solution. My mindset shift at that moment and I ask to myself how 4 years I possible achieve what this person have. And from over there, started to think about because when you are young, sometimes word, and now I utilize with really attention the word,
Mhm.
possible hurt. And you are young, and people they utilize the word with you, where maybe you need some word help, and they told you the opposite. And I motivate myself to some direction. I wanted this, and I wanted this quality of life. I want this, and from over there, my idea of life completely shift, and my mindset support from love of my family. My family is really everything. They give me so much love, and they support me too. Now I am a man. My mother told me every time, don't worry, don't stress it out because everything will come out in your life because you are light.
Mhm.
And I believe in this. And this is my shift, my changing, the changing to realize how it's important never to think about what's happening in the back of your life, but recognize what you want and follow step by step the process to moving one step in silence sometime where nobody understand what you do, where
Yeah.
the world external don't understand you, but you will achieve if you really believe in something.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you said you would ask the divine why you were put in this position, and sometimes we are put in places to really learn. And it sounds like your ex-partner was mirroring for you what you needed to learn in life and the lessons you've been able to obviously use for yourself. So that kind of brings me to the abundance piece, and you shared with me creating the abundance. There's the internal and the external, but your focus is more on the internal. And I'm hearing that from you because you're also sharing the amount of attention you place on even the words you're saying, because words can be very powerful. Even sometimes us doubting ourselves can have a long-term effect on our success and however we define success. So I am curious to understand, when you shift from that scarcity to the abundance piece, what does that look like? And why is the internal piece so important?
Yeah, the abundance for me in particular means something. Recognize the quality of the moment in our life, be internal abundance, and create an external obligation economic part. And now I will go deeply in this what this means. More people they think about life. This is not a judgment because I am not a judge. I don't judge any human being because I don't want to be judged. Or if I am judged from somebody, I accept their idea. The question is this: a lot of people they think about okay, they born and they starting their life and they arrive at one point of their life where the soul or the energy don't have any more power to give, to create. And if you see around you or around everybody, we have the same situation. Grandfather, grandmother, they die. Father and mother, they die. Cousin, or whatever they is no anymore in your life. It's normal because happening in each life. But really important, I think so. We, like human being, we need to have an obligation to create external abundance through the internal. And the shift why is so important for me. How it's now I see the abundance. I see the abundance how a way to create more, not only for me, first of all, for my family, for my companion, and after for the other people I touch every day in my life. And when you have abundance internal, and after I believe in automatically external abundance with action, because I believe in external abundance, everything becoming light, your day is completely different, and you possible be somebody touch more people life. Because honestly, if you are listening this podcast, if you don't create for generate more light in other people, you are
Mhm.
really egocentric and egoistic in the way where if you don't have the possibility to create external abundance, you are limited to only your inner circle, two people, mother, father, your child, or whatever. But if you create external abundance, you have the money is only something to give more. That's it. This is how I see. To have the possibility to give more, to have the possibility if something happening in life of with people you love, you possible take care of them and create more. Quindi for me, the abundance now, how I see, how I shift the mindset, have the possibility to decide when I want what I want
Mhm.
and give to the people I love, and not only to the people I love, to other people, create through real estate project, a business project, something social, something where other people benefit from my mind and my possibility to create and generate money.
Yeah, and I think that mindset is so important as you're touching on because so many people, even if they're not thinking strictly on the monetary side of things, they get really stuck on holding back information or resources because they feel there's only a finite amount. But one of the things I've learned, and part of it was through the negotiation work I was doing, it's interesting, right? Even in negotiations, people get stuck on if I give the other person something, I want to keep all of it. But there's this concept of maximizing the pie where you both people can walk away with more if you choose to look at it that way. And I think that can apply to many aspects of our lives. And that's where you really create abundance, where you're sharing with everyone and not holding back. Because in that process, you may walk away with more. And it doesn't always have to be monetary. It could be like the emotional support you receive, opportunity, other opportunities. So there's so much more that you're creating. And that's what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, and what I want to share is this one. I believe in generate no balance. I don't like this word. I like harmony in 12 aspects of my life. And 12 aspects of my life for your life is career, business, money, family, friend, love, partnership. This is what it means have a really successful life. And I want to share something important. I have the fortune to connect with really, and I decide to choose the correct wealthy, economic, wealthy human being inside. And I see something, some kind of pattern, some kind of the person, they have really big success external, not everybody, because I divide in two kind of human being. One, the egocentric, where they take only for them and they don't share with other people in general, emotion, love, money, whatever. The other, the one I connect, the one that they are really successful. I call they are the successful people. I have my best friend is a billionaire, is a really spectacular human being. And I see this kind of pattern where the people they create to the external part, they are the people they create the better relationship, the better connection with other human being. And
Mhm.
it is something happening in a lot of for the business part in a lot of people, but it's happening in people too. They don't create money when you are in peace of yourself, when you create something where you have some kind of strategy. I call the good routine. I have the good routine before the bed. Now I have the good routine. I every day to when I am tired, to when I don't have the power, to when I don't have the energy, to when I feel to the moving forward, this routine generate for me the energy I need to moving one
Mhm.
small step. And like this, I build the inside and outside.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I agree. It's funny, I was reading something yesterday and I came across this quote, but it was basically, "One day we will wear garments that will have no pockets." And we don't take any of this with us. That's why it's so important to share and help other people while we're here in this world and share that abundance as well. But coming back to your MPBE method, you've talked about meditation, praying, biohacking, and exercise. What does that look like? And is this something you prioritize on a daily basis?
Completely. Until I will die, I will utilize this method. And this is my because bring me so much energy, so much power. The last week I've been with one of my friend in his house in Capri because I am now in Napoli over here, and I feel I don't sleep good, and I wake up like around 6:37 a.m. and I don't have energy. And you know what's happening when I don't have energy? I push myself to go what give me energy. This method give me energy. What I do technically and where it's coming from all the four pillar, coming from all my part of my life in different moment. The morning sides coming from the part from one book of Hallerold, The Miracle Morning, is really nice human being. The meditation coming from another person when I receive something, where I see this guy he have this light in him when I need it, and I ask which kind of meditation he do. He share the powerful for me. I do meditation of transcendental. And the praise coming in the moment where I have darkness in my heart, and I realize pray how Catholic people, wherever is the case, my family teach me, is not working really in the way how I want. And I find activation pray. What this means, I give before I receive.
Mhm.
And I ask whatever you believe in the divine, Muslim, Jewish, whatever is the case, to first of all, I pray for somebody. And
Mhm.
after I ask what I want with clear intention, visualization, everything clear in the day and my life. Like this, I motivate myself and the divine God bring me idea and energy in my body. And the other part is a biohacking. Biohacking is a process I utilize now for many years. It means I utilize some kind of hack or technique or device where bring me energy or control. I see you have, I don't know if you have aura. I see like you have a ring aura.
Well, that's just my wedding ring.
Okay. It looks like this, but it's
Yeah.
not. And what's happening? I measurement all the part of my body, and the last part is exercise, but no general exercise, general specific exercise for my age, my body, my phototype of everything, and integration. And this method gives me the power to moving forward every day what I want.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. Having some sort of method in your daily routine is so important. Like for me, I try to look at it more same thing. What am I doing for my emotional health? What am I doing for my physical health? What am I doing for my relational health? And then the last piece is my spiritual health, which I try to prioritize throughout the day, taking time at any point to pray, to connect with my higher power. I think it's so important. Now, how were you able to come up with these four pillars for yourself? Was it through time experimenting with different things and then figuring out what worked for you? And then you've got this routine in place that you focus on every day?
Yeah, what's happening is this one. How we come out with something and why I wrote the book and I share with more people is possible because this method changed my life. I starting to wake up now. I wake up at 5 in the morning every day. It's not working for everybody. It means everybody they have different phototype of characteristic. You need to understand which phototype type of characteristic working for you. Meaning you need to try and you need to understand. I starting to try everything in life. If you don't do action, and I have one method where I do like whatever you want to create in business, relationship, love, you have these four pillars so important like research, grow, action, and after contribution.
Mhm.
And for me, I do action every day. It's not one day where I don't do action in the direction what I want. Never. In 12 aspect how you doing too, and plus in business. What's happening is this one is come out, this one to try. Take every time, don't less the 21 day because scientific people tell that you need 21 day
Yeah.
to recognize like something is your, and I do. And when I started to wake up early in the morning, I started to feel, hey, but something in me is different in the
Mhm.
morning until 2 p.m. Okay, this is what when I need to create. Boom. Meditation. Wow. When I'm tired, I don't have energy. I go over there, I have the flow, I feel the flow. This is good. Biohacking. I started to utilize different integration. I utilize the one, and after I find my specific and measurement where I understand what I do and I see in myself the result from energy, from physical power, and whatever is the case. And exercise is the same.
Mhm.
I now I understand another point where I utilize in business like in life. Everything need to be measurement. And if you don't measurement something, your emotion, your spiritual, your 12 aspect of your life, your business with daily and weekly and monthly capacity to recognize which changes your life, which kind of pattern you utilize. Technically, you drive a car without direction. And if you drive a car without direction, don't cry when you will wake up at one age or one moment of your life where you feel sad or you feel non-emotion because your life is not go how you want.
Mhm.
Intention and recognize what you do, the measurement part is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you have to say? Because I think you're touching on it because I work with so many people and they struggle to create time for these things, whatever it looks like, whether it's meditation, prayer, whatever they need in their life, as you've shared, you've experimented and you found what works for you. I've done the same thing. But it's so important to have those moments where you're connecting with yourself, finding energy. But so many people say, I don't have time in my day, and my response to them is it's you have to look at it as an investment. If you're going to invest this time in you, the return is going to be more. While you may think you don't have enough time for other things that you need to work on, when you're able to create time for these things, you have more energy and you'll have a better result and performance. But so many people don't make that connection. And I think sometimes you have to experience it. But what are your thoughts when people get stuck in meditation takes too much time, even if it's 20 minutes and I have so much work to do?
Okay, I will respond really like a shark businessman. You already die. That's it. It means really. And I need to be honest because if you don't have time for yourself, which other people they need to have time for you? If
Yep.
you don't take care about yourself, who need to take care about you? You
Yep.
know, how is possible? This means this is a really, honestly, with all the respect for everybody, stupid word people tell to other people. This means if you don't take care about you, if you have stressful life with child problem, physical problem, and you don't take time to resolve your problem, means you don't take care about you. If you don't take care about you, more problem will arrive in your life easily. That's
Yeah.
it. If you don't take care, will be a moment where you crash inside and you need to go and resolve after the crash. I don't want to crash anymore. I crash already in my life. And when you crash, it's not really good to come out from the burnout part. Now, if you take care about your life, it's like everything.
Mm.
When you do exercise, I love to share this analog thing. If you do exercise, I do now, I have 41 years old. I do exercise from when I have 14 years old. My body is so strength and I work on my body every day where the muscle they recognize, you know, they have memory.
Yes.
It's the same story. It's the same story with your mind. What's happening when you started to take time to meditate, to take care about yourself? If you don't have time, I told you, you are dying. That's it. And
Cool.
that's it. Now you have two options. If you are die, you wanna reborn, you started to take the
Yeah.
time and you will reborn. If it's not, and if you don't take care about your body, the wealth, and let me tell you, I have in the last 5 years really difficult experience around me. You will arrive at one point where you will cry, you will tell to yourself, why I don't do this? Why I don't hit this? Why? This is your our choice. That's
Mhm.
it. And
Mhm.
the really important part, if you love, you have somebody in life, you need to understand, you need to
Yeah.
take care about yourself.
Yeah, no, I appreciate everything you're sharing. And I really appreciate you coming on here and sharing your method and the things that have worked for you, including a little bit of your journey as well. But for listeners that want to learn more about you, you've got your book there in the background. What are some ways people can learn more and find your book?
Yeah, first of all, I need to ask to everybody that listening the audio to buy the book. It's not for me, and I explain why. All the money I receive from this book, they will donate with an association I already work. It's called Hermano della Calle, where I give property with less price respect the market in Miami, because how United States is becoming really renting place where the rent is coming really crazy, and in Miami you possibly match. And this money give to this association, they give another time dignity to human being. And plus I believe this book possible change people life, not because I tell you, because what's happening, I am an investor pragmatic. What is mean? If I meditate, I want to understand why meditate is working. I go deeply and I find the information from university to understand why. I do in this book all this kind of job where I coming the
Mhm.
information from university to understand these four pillars, why they're working. And plus I assemblate another part, the external part, the abundance from real estate, where I coming from, where I'm expert, and I combine because I believe in these two parts. They possible find the book in Amazon, and they possible follow me or see something through my post in Instagram where I share some good information about life, real estate, and through the website healthyrichandhappy.com.
All right. And I appreciate all of that. And is there any other way people can find you online?
Yeah, like this is the majority. It means I've been in LinkedIn and everything, and I respond after some time. Each person, if they messaging me, because the majority of person they ask me for something related to real estate, other one to some kind the part about how I utilize the method, and I'm really proud to share this method because I believe in change people life is the most obligation in my life, not because I want to becoming Mother Teresa, because I'm not Mother Teresa, because I believe I have the energy and the power to give more to other human.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for this conversation today. I really appreciate your time and looking forward to being in connection with you and learning from you.
For sure, I appreciate. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy to everybody to listening the podcast.